Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Pack. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Steven Vlog. Welcome to Sunday. Hi everyone, how are you doing? The reason I said welcome to Daily Pack is that has been kind of the agenda for the last little bit. We just got finished filming Daily Pack and I realized that probably many of you don't know the process by which Daily Pack is created. It's pretty involved actually. There's a lot that goes into making an episode of Daily Pack, and Daily Pack has the most work for the least amount of profit for all of the channels. So it's kind of a weird fourth channel thing. As I said before, there is a lot of work that goes into each and every episode of Daily Pack. It does bring in the least amount of money. The perk is we get to get some cards, which is nice, especially because with our current budget and the money that we're making, we can't really afford magic anymore. So Daily Pack is not only entertaining for everyone and is a really cool idea for a channel, it actually is able to fuel our magic obsession, which is not so much of an obsession anymore as it is just kind of a talked about hobby among friends. But we did some recording tonight and I thought I would share. Here is all the stuff that we opened. We got through most of the cards. The exception was we still have 6 more packs of Mirrodin Besieged that we have to go through. What we do is we set up the tripod, and this is very similar to how we do our Q&A videos, which we will be recording one in like 2 days or something. So if you haven't given us a question, go to the December Q&A and leave one. But we put up the tripod, put the mouse T2Y, we have my Rode video mic up there. We used the light that Thomas sent us to provide extra light, and that's basically how we do it. And it's a pretty time-consuming thing. It takes roughly 2 to 3 minutes per pack. So whenever we got something like NS Armored Frog, Joel's Innistrad box, it took us quite a long time to get through everything, and the card is a 16 gig card, so it doesn't hold it all, and it takes a long time to dump that. So there will be times when we'll do a lot of filming, the card will fill up, then we'll have to dump it, and we'll have to do something else for a while, waiting for the card to dump, and then we can format it and start over. So it's a long and involved process, and the editing is an even longer process, and that's what I'm going to show you guys next. Okay, so this is Final Cut. If you watched the editing tutorial thing I did the other day, then you're already a little bit familiar with it. The first thing we're going to do is, instead of making a new project, which is what I normally do if I'm doing a project in Final Cut, what I generally do is I first pick out what I'm going to do, and these are what I have to choose from. And the last thing, I could check the actual Daily Pack site. I did a lot of Innistrad because we didn't have anything else filmed. We started filming some other stuff. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! We haven't come out with a Pokemon pack in a while. So let's find a Pokemon pack. Okay, so this is a Pokemon pack. And then we'll check to see what number we're on. Last one was Pokemon 9. So this is going to be Pokemon 10. Pokemon 10, okay. So now that we have the 10th Pokemon file, what you would generally do is, let's go open this documents thing, come over here to our projects, Daily Pack, and in Daily Pack, what I normally do is I copy a project file, not that, dear God, there we go, just one file, and rename it. And this works really well if all of them were shot at the same time, because generally you're just going to copy the color correction. In this particular scenario, we're not, because this is a new round of content that was shot. So we're going to open that up. It's going to tell us the files are gone because Pokemon 9 hasn't probably been on the computer for months. And we can actually go ahead and remove a lot of this other garbage that's been here for a while. We can start fresh. So basically, what this is made up of, let's rename this to Pokemon 10. We have our Daily Pack theme. We have the shout out at the beginning. We have the files, and this is basically my template for Daily Pack. So what we want to do is first we want to drag in Pokemon 10, because that's going to be what goes in here. And then we need to pick a shout out. Open up iTunes. I actually use 2 monitors for those who aren't aware, so I'm going to drag this over. And let's sort by album. And we have, let's do album down. Did I skip it? To crap. Whatever. Oh, is it this? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I have a album called Daily Pack Recordings. And it basically, when everyone sends in their stuff, I put it in this album, and then I mark their username as the artist, so I know how to label it. If it says used, it shows which episode it was used in. So now you guys kind of have a better understanding. And you might not be able to see it too clearly, just because my screen resolution is 1680 by 1050, and you guys might not be able to see that very well because this is probably in 1280 by 720. So I can kind of zoom in here and show you a little bit. Might help you see. And also, if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm doing this part a different day, this editing thing, and I'm sick. So just kind of bear with me for a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to one of these. Let's see. Let's turn off shuffle so we don't jump around.
Daily Pack! Daily Pack! Woohoo! Daily Pack!
Okay, so we have a Mario Daily Pack that Epic Warehog 620 did. So we want to use this. So I just type in used Pokemon 10. Then we'll right click that, show it in Finder. And then I'm going to drag that in here. And we won't need this again, so I'm going to close it. And put that back over here. Okay. So now we have the pieces that we need. So let's go in here and remove this old one. I think Dan did this one. Open this up. Normally I mark in and out here. But this one looks like it actually starts at the right place, so I don't have to. Well, maybe.
Daily Pack!
Okay. So let's put this on the timeline. Interesting. That's there. We'll render that out soon enough, so it doesn't matter. Let's come down here to the end. And I normally come to the end to start putting my other clips. The reason I do that is because once I'm done, I'll just copy and paste the color correction, but because this was shot on a different day, it actually is completely irrelevant and doesn't matter. So I'm just going to delete all this. And I have a little marker here which shows where the clips actually begin. So we can begin cutting. Let's open this up. That's an awesome face. So let's go to where I actually start talking.
Hello.
Mark in.
Hello and welcome to Daily Pack. Today we have a Pokemon Black and White. This is Black and White.
Okay, so I obviously have no idea what I'm doing.
Hello and welcome to Daily Pack. Today we have a Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers booster sponsored by YouTube user PuppyLover256. Without further ado, let's crack a pack.
Okay, I usually try to make it where my eyes are still on the camera. I don't want to look down or anything. So let's mark out. Command F10. By command, I mean function. Normally you would just hit F10, but I got so used to using the keys on the keyboard as the like play and volume and everything that I just got. You can hold F10 or hold the Fn, the function key, and use them as actual functions. Some of that probably made no sense to some of you. Just forgive me. I'm sorry. It is early and I'm sick, but I really need to get these vlogs done. So we have the speed down there. So now let's run through a little bit. Mark in. Let's go back a little bit.
Inside we have.
Okay, put that on the timeline. And then we're going to jump ahead to when I'm holding the thing up. And you can tell when we shot this actually from a higher angle. I did that to make it easier on Mal, but the cards are actually a lot smaller, so we probably won't shoot it this way in the future. It's one of those things you can't get it identical every time. And I actually did this for Mal because Mal has to lean over because we have the camera at a lower angle and she sits on a stool.
So I did this to help Mal, but in actuality, it kind of made the cards a little small, so probably won't shoot it this way again, but we'll live. There, mark in.
Ducklet, a will have a fly, a door, Levani.
Okay, then we'll mark out and put that on the timeline. And then we just need the outro. Just starts about there.
And that's going to be it for this episode of Daily Pack. Talk about the best cards down below, give this video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to Daily Pack if you haven't done so already. Also consider sending us a sponsored pack. You can find out how over on the channel page. Thanks, and join me again tomorrow for another exciting episode of Daily Pack.
Okay. And there. That's pretty much all we'll have to do in terms of cutting anything. We're going to add a transition here and use the roller tool and pull this stuff back. There we go. And for those who aren't aware, the video fades out, and then we hold on the person's name and the logo, and then just the logo, and the music lasts the entire time. Now we'll hit home and jump back to the front. Excuse me. Now what we need to do is get this matched up where it needs to be, and we're going to have to play it first.
Hello and welcome to Daily Pack. Today we have a...
When I say Pokemon or Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, that is whenever the stuff is supposed to come on screen. So this is a little off, so we're going to move this over 2 seconds, or 2 frames rather.
Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers booster sponsored by YouTube user PuppyLover256.
And whenever I get around to without further ado, that's whenever it fades out.
6.
So probably right here. So I'm going to push this forward a little bit, which is fine. Then I hit Option T, which opens up the keyframes, and it'll allow me to just shift easily these keyframes over. There we go. Then Option T will hide that again. Okay, now at this point, we're doing pretty good. The problem is this is not the pack I'm opening, and this is not the person who sponsored the pack. So we have to change that. So PuppyLover256 is who sponsored this. So go into the controls and change that. That's an easy fix. Okay, apply that. And this is a, what is this? I don't even know what this is.
Today we have a Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers booster.
Okay, Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers. So let's go up here and edit this. Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers. It's kind of a long title, but it does fit. So I guess I'll leave it alone. And the next thing to do is to watch whenever it comes down. We're going to grab this right here. This is the last keyframe, so if we move it, it'll stay here. So we're going to shift this over to the right. Okay, and now it's in place. At this point, it's mostly done. Mostly, everything is cut the way it should be. The only thing that I like to do is add some color correction. So I'm going to do that. The first step to color correction is to grab the effect. I use Color Corrector 3-way. The easiest way is just to drag it on here. Then we're going to open it up and start a color correction. Now, by default, it probably didn't look that bad. I mean, it really doesn't. It doesn't look awful. But what we want to do is we want to make it less yellow. I usually start with mids. Starting with the mids or the whites is a good way to do it. To do basic color correction, you basically look at what color you want to remove, and you head the opposite direction from that. So for example, on our color wheel here we have yellow, and that's the color that we want to get rid of, kind of this color. So if we head this direction, it should fix that. So let's grab this and pull it this way, and you'll see that already night and day difference. If you want to see the actual differences, this is before and after. It's a completely different picture. You could actually probably leave it like this and be fine. You might want to increase the saturation a little bit. I generally do a little bit of that. You can also crush your blacks and push your whites. I've been doing less and less of that, though. I just don't find it's all that necessary. Then we're going to take the whites and do the same thing. Okay, so once again, before, after. Now, this evolves. I'm looking at this right now, and I think it looks good. Tomorrow, when I edit another episode that uses the same color correction, I might think this sucks. And the reason is your eyes adjust to stuff, and it's harder to notice problems. So I might be looking at this right now and it looks fine. Tomorrow I'm going to say, you know what, that actually still looks yellow. Maybe it looks a little red. Actually, looking at it for a little while now, it actually looks yellow. Okay. Okay, so right now this looks good. I'm going to leave it alone. Then what we'll do is come over here to the filter tab. We're going to select the clips that we want to do this to and drop color correction on them. Then we can go highlight them and check them. The biggest one you want to make sure is going to be okay is where you're showing the cards, because you don't want the cards to be off color. But these actually look fine. Let's go forward a little bit. Yeah, these look fine. And I mean, once again, you can see where it was before and after. So night and day difference, big difference. And now it's actually done. So what we're going to do is render it out, which will take a few minutes. Okay, so it finished rendering, so now we can actually play it back and make sure it doesn't suck.
Woohoo! Daily pack.
Okay, so that's a problem.
Woohoo!
There's really no head to this. Okay, interesting. All right, I'm just gonna cut this off and move this back and see if that fixes it.
Woohoo! Daily pack.
No, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, so good. That video reminds me that I desperately need a haircut. Now that we're done, we can either send it to compressor and have compressor export it. We can export it ourselves. This is the only video I actually really need to be working on at this particular moment, so we'll just export it straight from Final Cut. Export QuickTime Conversion, and we'll go to completed episodes. Pokemon 10, it's already set up for us. We hit options, size 1920 by 1080, 5000 bit rate. Hit OK and save. While that's going on, we're going to work on the thumbnail, and I have a file for that. This is my daily pack file. It's very similar to the I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this. My LP file. This is the thumbnail file. It has all the stuff for the LPs. I have them separated by games over here. So if I want Halo Anniversary, there's Halo Anniversary. If I want Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Country. And the last episode was just me, so I did that. So I have them all in here, which makes it really convenient. And they each have their own numbering system. So whenever a new Minecraft comes out, you just come in here, 98, etc. Keeping them all in this way is really nice and convenient. So I decided to do it the same way here. This is going to be 10. And we're going to turn off Yu-Gi-Oh!, turn on Pokemon. And why am I getting... Oh, this belongs in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Layer. Okay. So right now we have Platinum Arceus on. But we need black and white emerging powers, which we don't have. So we go to Google, and we do black and white emerging powers. Do images, and hopefully find the logo. Here we go. That was fast. Wow, it's nice and big, and it's a ping, which means it's probably transparent. So, and it is. Okay, hot dang, this is excellent. So we're going to just drag this into the downloads, and then we'll come over here and download and drop that into Photoshop. Photoshop will open it up. We'll drag it into this layer, close this one, and we'll rename this layer to Emerging Powers. Let's open this up a bit, scale this down to where it needs to be, and that looks fine. And good, excellent. So that's our logo. We're going to save that out as ping24. I just drop it in the downloads folder. That's fine. So Pokemon 10, save. And now we just need to finish waiting on this thing to export. Okay, now that the file is exported, we can go over here to Daily Pack completed episodes, and here's our completed episode, 51 megs.
Woohoo! Daily Pack.
Okay, so hooray, it's done. Now we go over to Chrome, and we're going to hit upload. So upload. We want it to come out at a custom time. This is a partner feature in case you guys are going to ask about it. I don't know why they do not allow everyone to do it, but they don't. It's stupid, but whatever. This needs to come out today, so the 31st. And we want it to come out at noon. So hit upload. Daily pack, completed episodes, Pokemon 10, open. We do not want to submit it for revenue sharing. I never do that when it's uploading because it messes up sometimes. We want to put it in the Pokemon playlist, and I always list it as entertainment because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's entertainment. My upload speed here is pretty fast. It's 10 megabits per second upload. So I can upload Daily Pack in about a minute. Vlogs take usually about 6 or 7. LPs anywhere from 20 to 40. But to be fair, the LPs get up to like 2 gigs, so. Okay, so processing has completed. Go over to the video manager. And I'm going to open the video manager again. The reason I do that is I'm going to open up Pokemon 10. Then I'm going to open up the last Pokemon, which is 9. And from here, I pretty much just copy and paste the information over to make it a little easier on me. And once I get it copied and pasted over, I just change the information. This is black and white emerging powers, and it's number 10. And it was sponsored by Puppy Lover 256. The shout out was performed by the Epic Werehog 620. And then I do the same thing down here. So we're going to change this to Emerging Powers Puppy Lover 256 and the Epic Werehog 620. And then we'll hit Save Changes. Now we have to put the thumbnail in there. So choose File. Once again, this is only for partners. I do not know why they don't allow this for everyone, but you'll have to take that up with them. Come down here to Pokemon 10. Save changes. So now we have our thumbnail, which is good. Next thing I'm going to do is monetize the video. Okay, and then it goes under review. I cut out a part there. You actually have to fill out a form that says why you own the content, and I just skipped that. Generally, whenever you're a new partner, all your videos fall under review. After a while, then they go to automatic as long as you have a good record. Mine went to automatic within like 2 videos just because they could see that all my videos were going to be the exact same format. So usually when I refresh, yeah, okay, so it's already approved. And then what we're going to do now, last thing, go over to the annotations.
Woo! Daily Pack.
Hello and welcome to Daily.
So once Daily Pack hits the corner there, we're going to add a spotlight. Push that in the corner. This thing doesn't matter. Do something about like that. Link to a channel. which is Daily Pack. And I do link it even on the own videos just in case this gets embedded somewhere so people can click it and always go to the channel. And then we want that to go to the end of the video. And we keep playing.
Today we have a Pokemon Black and White Emerging Powers booster sponsored by YouTube user PuppyLover256. Without further ado...
Okay, and then once the name hits there, we'll do another spotlight, bring it down into the corner, if I can grab it, and do another link to the channel, PuppyLover256. Open a new window and extend to the end of the video. Save, publish, back to the video manager, done. There you go. Some of you are saying, holy crap, that seems like a lot of work. Yeah, it is. That's actually why I have such a love-hate relationship with Daily Pack. I love doing it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great way to give you guys interesting content that's readily available on the internet, but never really formulaic like this. There's a lot of people online who open boosters, but there's never been a channel devoted to it that does it. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but so professionally. I mean, it is done very professionally. So I really enjoy doing Daily Pack, but it is, I mean, you know, it is a bit of a hassle. There's a lot of work involved. But this doesn't happen too often because normally you do, people send in multiple packs. For example, NS Armored Frog is the one who sent in all these Innistrad packs. So you really have very little to change except the actual shout out at the beginning and then the footage. The color correction stays the same because they were all filmed at the same time. You just have to upload them, use different thumbnails. But yeah, this is the process. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It is fun, but it's one of those things where out of all 4 channels that I'm doing daily, if I had to cut one off, it would be Daily Pack because I would get the most time back because it is so much work. But this was a good chance for you guys to get a look into Daily Pack, so I'm glad I got to show you.
Anyway, I hope this was kind of an eye-opening look into how episodes of Daily Pack are created. I just thought it'd be fun. We've been doing kind of these tutorial-ish videos. I mean, I showed you how to edit a video, and then we made pizza, and now I'm showing you how Daily Pack is made. You know what, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you guys watched Mr. Rogers back in the day, but on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he would actually go visit like factories and things like. I don't know if he did he actually visit them? I don't know, but they would have special videos on the show of like factories and just different occupations where things were made and how they did stuff. I don't know why I'm comparing myself to Mr. Rogers. Maybe it's because I share a birthday with him. We were both born on March 20th. I've always felt really connected to Mr. Rogers. I don't know why. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this insider's look into the creation of Daily Pack, and let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?